Hello, everyone. So, hi, Alexei.
Hi, Oksana.
How
Nice to
are
see you.
you?
Yeah, good.
Good.
You?
So we have successfully joined the session. Now I feel much better because, being alone online feels a little bit weird, to be honest.
Oh, no, it's fine. So we're here already. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you again. Yeah. So how are you actually?
Yeah, good. Just a lot of work, but here happy in Barcelona for a few days. So in our office, in our meeting room, and yeah, good. You?
Good. Yeah, I've been working quite a lot, so preparing for this session actually. So that's my
Hmm.
first session as a host. So I'm a little bit worried and confused. So hopefully
Okay.
it's going to be all well.
Yeah, don't
So
worry.
I see that people are joining the session. So I
Yeah.
guess I will do a little introduction of what it's about. So pretty much these sessions are aimed at the topic of education post-COVID. So we would like to tell our potential students and our partners also and exchange opinions on how universities abroad are handling the post-pandemic, let's say, era of education, because it's a kind of a new era, to be honest. And the main aim is to give our students and our potential students the reassurance of the fact that universities are working, they are welcoming students, they are opening up their campuses, and some of them, I know, haven't really closed up yet. So I'll introduce myself really quickly, and then I'll give the word to you. So my name is Oksana, and that's for people joining us. And I'm the education consultant at the company AMDA Education Consultancy. And my mission in life is to help students to find their pathways, to realize their dreams, to develop their passions. So I'm a kind of a big brother for them in search of universities and schools, or a big sister in search of universities and schools, and in the whole preparation process uh, of how to get to university or how to get to a particular school abroad. So I'm based in Latvia, in Riga. Usually, at the moment, I'm based in Germany. Yeah, so I'm giving the word to you, and could you please present yourself to our audience? Just a little
Yeah.
bit about yourself and where you come from and what you do.
Yeah, sure. So thank you for this meeting today, and just thank you for your job, everything what you're doing for us and the students, and all the information that you provide about EU Business School. You did a great job this year. It was difficult, I know, because there's like a lot of information about the close after the universities, as you said before. So we will talk about it. If I present myself, so my name is Alexei, if you prefer, or Alex, as you prefer. So I'm originally from Russia, and I live in Spain, in Barcelona, since 2013, so like 9 years already. I came here as a student also through the agency, Russian agency. So I know how you work there, how you help to the students, and all the job that you're doing for them. So like, so appreciate for that. And so I studied here for the bachelor, for the master, and the EBA. And now I'm working in an international company, EU Business School, and I'm happy to work here, and I'm happy to present the EU Business School in 7 countries. So I work with 7 countries, CIS countries. And so I travel a lot. So I just came in Barcelona last Friday, and until next Friday I'm here. But after I'm leaving, I believe I will go to Baltics also, and I believe I will see you in the person, and we can organize some meeting face to
Okay.
face. But let's see
So
how it's going to happen.
what's the last country you've been to?
I was in Ukraine, the last one.
Okay.
And previously I was in Kyrgyzstan.
And what's the next one you're going to?
I'm going to Russia.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the borders seem to be kind of open for travelers. not that crazy.
Well, yeah, actually it's kind of open, but it depends of your, I don't know, vaccination and a lot of things. But if you travel for work or for the studies, there is no any problem. So the main message today, right? But it's if you go for the studies to abroad, there's no any problem. You can go, and there wasn't any problem. Last year, we received a lot of students from each country, and it was okay for everyone. For visa, or in your case, you don't need a visa for the European countries, for example. So we received a lot of students, and from Baltics also. Yeah.
Yeah, so EU Business School is one of my favorite universities, and especially after working with you during this year, I've seen really a lot of help to students and to myself. And I was really pleased because I remember when I was in Germany in February during the lockdown in Latvia and during pretty much the lockdown, a kind of a lockdown in Germany, I got a chance to visit EU Business School in Munich. And you guys were a kind of open, so I really saw students on campus. So did you really close during the pandemic, like the main phase last year, or have you been a kind of open to your students on campus?
Yeah, as you mentioned, we were opened. So that's the thing. But we just closed up for the 3 months during the spring last year, like from March to May. So that's when everybody was closed. But from June 2020, we opened all our campuses, and we are still open. So we are never closed up again. And even in Munich, as you said, in Munich, there was a lot of universities closed, even public universities or private universities. They closed those campuses. We are not. So we are just still working. Even so, we are growing up. So, for example, our Munich campus, it's double now. So we just doubled our space. It's a first floor of the business center, and all the classes are open. Yeah, now for the state regulations, we are like limited for the persons in the class, but still our students, they're going to the campuses. Why? Because if you compare, for example, with the state, like state universities, public universities, yeah, they're like 100 students per class. We are about 15, 20 students per class. So the limits for us is like not working because we are already like limits for the students, and it's more about like private education. So it's more about personalized education, and we can organize the classes for our students on campus. And so I'm now in our Barcelona campus, and I see there are a lot of students, like full student life, and for us it's like very important. So as you see before in our Munich campus, it was open also. So for us it's really important.
Yeah, so one of my students joined EU Business School Barcelona campus in May for the Business Foundation course, and there was also a student going on a summer camp, summer program, not really summer camp, summer school at the Barcelona campus. And I know that you guys did a great job, and you pretty much, they never complained about anything. The only thing I guess was wearing a mask inside, but that's something that we have already been accustomed to. So I've been following your Instagram profile, and I saw that there were parties, actually, like welcome parties for students at Barcelona campus. So could you please tell us like how you opened up this year? So how is really life at university going on right now? Let's say in Barcelona mainly and Munich, because these are the main two countries that our audience might be interested in.
Well, yeah, as you saw before in our Instagram or Facebook or whatever, so we opened for all our students. We did 2 days for the orientation days. And yeah, sure, we are wearing a mask. Now I'm not in the mask because I'm in the meeting room. I'm just alone here, and so it's going to be weird if I wear a mask for the our lifestyle. But yeah, everybody with the mask. There's a gel, like antiseptic gel everywhere, and there also like we measure the temperature in the entrance for everybody who enters. But still, we organize all the events, even for the job searching fairs, even for the opportunities days, even for orientation days and graduation. Also, we did it in the open space this summer, but we did it. So it was presential events. So we are trying to keep working like a normal style, I would say. And we try to keep like student life on the campuses with all the events what we can keep good doing. We are trying to like develop these programs and everything to be like everything offline. But as you understand, it's not possible everything offline. There's some part of the classes where they are in live streaming. Some part of the events they are in live streamings, but it's like 50-50. If we talk about bachelor, for example, but probably I will say like 70% it's the students are in the class, and like 30% they're in live stream. But it's still interactive events and interactive classes, so the professor can ask you questions and yeah.
Okay. So what's the main difference, let's say, about when you talk about live stream? So I understand that these are real classes that are actually streamed to students who could not come to campus due to maybe visa issues or restrictions on traveling, or those who are maybe not in class and decided to do an online version of the university.
Exactly. If some students they are feeling like they can't go to the campus today, for example, they can connect to the live stream. It's not online. Well, we have online campus, right? It's already developed, really nice campus. It exists already 9 years. It's not just a measure for the pandemic situation. It exists from 2012. Okay, but we're talking about the live streaming classes. So the student connect directly to the class, and they see everything what's happening in the class, they listen everything, and the student can ask to the professor about this topic, some questions, receive the answers, or professor can answer, asking something for the student, and so they can discuss even, but it's still in live stream. Okay, so that's the type of the classes we can provide now, because for the visa questions, for example, so for the visa issues, that's not your case, because for the Baltics you don't need that. But I have
we are very lucky in this.
Yeah, you're lucky in this case. For you, it's much easier. But I have some countries where they need a visa, and the application for the visa it could take like 3 months. So they connect to these live streaming classes during the visa application. And when we're receiving the visa, they come here and just continue to study in the classes, just offline. So it's like hybrid system, what we call that. It's not online 100%. It's like I explained you before, it's live stream and offline classes. We see now that, for example, in Netherlands, we have a lot of chances for the Netherlands, because there are a lot of classes like online. Finally, they are online. Well, and a lot of students, they don't like that. And they transfer to our university because they see what here we have like offline classes or live streaming classes, and it's much better.
When I visited your Munich campus, I really saw that classes are extremely well equipped with the modern technologies and all kinds of, facilities and equipment for the live streaming, and so it actually looks different. So it's pretty much being like in a TV studio and streaming live.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So we have like all the classes with live streaming systems and everything with the screens. And so for us, it's like normal, everything. So we're open for everybody, and students, they are studying. And I don't know, I just feel like normal student life here in the campus. And I'm sure what you saw it in the Munich campus also.
Yeah, that's really good to hear. Yeah, and I would like to kind of, you know, emphasize one more time that those students who have started with EU Business School in Barcelona this year, the ones that I worked with, they're really happy. They're sending me messages that they're happy, that's the best decision they've ever made. I guess Barcelona also is a type of a city, you know, where you can't really be unhappy. So when we're talking about Barcelona, we always say that you are not really going to only the university, you're actually going to Barcelona and university in Barcelona. It's like a few things in one package altogether. So you're buying all this together. So have you seen maybe any new tendencies in terms of, like, for instance, have your student numbers increased? Have your student numbers decreased? Maybe there is a switch in the countries where students come from.
Well, actually, the number of the students it's increased. That was not expected, actually, but yeah, it's increased. And I would like to say what in each campus it's like same percentage what we increased for the numbers. And our biggest campus is still Barcelona, of course. It's about 1,500 students, but I think it's already 1,700 or something like that this year. So we increased the numbers. In Munich also, it's 700 students, more or less. And in our Montreux campus, it's around 120, but it's like a boutique campus, just a small. Yeah, it's very different type of education. And in our Geneva campus, it's around 350 students per year. So they are so different, but there's students for each campus. It depends what you need, depends what your future looking for. If you're talking about the new programs, and so I went to Switzerland this summer, and I had a meeting with our high management, there, and we was talking about our future and our future programs, how we're going to develop our institution, our university. And there was a question: have you imagined before about the pandemic situation? What's going to happen? How it's going to change? No, right? But we are just planning about 3 years after, because if our students, they're starting now, so they finish the bachelor, for example, in three years. Which programs will be interesting in 3 years? Which job opportunities they will have? Even so, for 5 years or for 10 years planning. So we have planned for 10 years some new programs which we created for our students. And so we collaborate with different universities like Dublin Business School or London Metropolitan University or Derby or UCAM from Spain. So we collaborate with different partners. We create new programs for our students, just thinking about what's going to happen in 5 years from today. So nobody expected what's going to happen this year. Because nobody knows what's going to happen. So we are trying to plan about which job opportunities our students will have, because our logo, it's a success stories for us, very important for the students to get them there. Okay. So now I think most popular programs, it's a digital business, I think.
Okay.
And also sport management, I think is high demand also. And of course, business administration. And in Munich campus, for example, we just started a new program. It's a business law. It's a new for us, but we think what is going to be like interesting in the future. It's a European business law. It's really nice and interesting program, and it's already high demand.
Is it a bachelor course?
It's a for bachelor, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's also for the bachelor or for MBA, for example, cloud computing, information system in the business. So there are like new programs, and they're very interesting. But everything, if you can see, everything is moving like straight to the digital. So it's not about pandemic. Well, just pandemic just started fastly, but we're going through the digital business. So I think it's going to be really interesting, and we are going through.
Okay, so when we talk about your 3 countries where the EU Business School is representing itself, so it's Spain, Germany, and Switzerland. For instance, let's say if there is a student who is interested in business education and he likes the idea of or the concept of EU Business School, let's say, what kind of students would you expect, or what's the student profile that is the best match for your Barcelona campus, for your maybe Munich campus, or one of your campuses in Switzerland?
Yeah. Okay, nice question. Thanks. Well, yeah, that's quite difficult. It depends, because I did a lot of interview with the families and with the future students, and I was also always asking, what are you looking for? What is your future about? And I think for Barcelona campus, it's going to be the profile. For example, let's talk about through the program, for example.
Okay.
I think like digital business or sport management or tourism, it's going to be like very interesting for the Barcelona campus. Okay. So Barcelona, it's a 3rd place in the Europe for the tourism. It's a 1st place for the startups. It's like a capital of the startups now in Europe, Barcelona. And not a lot of people know that, but it's true. Okay. And also, if we talk about sport management, we have a lot of sport companies here and football clubs, as you know, in Spain. They are very famous, but behind of those clubs, there are a lot of job opportunities. So we think that those programs are going to be really interesting. So it depends on the profile, what they are looking for. I think those programs are going to be interesting for them. If we talk about international relations or international business, probably it's going to be about Switzerland. Yeah, because in Switzerland we have a partnership with United Nations or with Olympic Games or with other companies like watch companies, whatever. So we have students that are working there, and we have a really nice developed networking there. So when I went to Switzerland, I spoke with some students, and all of them told me like, networking, it's really important in Switzerland because it's really difficult to get a job there. And there are just a few job opportunities. But the EU Business School organized some events for them to develop this networking. So I think international business or international relations, it will be interesting for the Switzerland. If we talk about the Germany and Munich specifically.
Okay.
Yeah, Oksana, yeah.
We're connected, yeah.
Yeah, we're connected. So if we talk about Munich and Germany, so the employment in the Germany in general, it's like 3% only. And Munich, it's even less. So the central offices of the biggest world companies, so that's why we are located there. So it's also could be something about digital business because they're also like very developed think about the startups, and a lot of companies are located there. We collaborate there with Google, with Apple, with well, like huge numbers of the companies actually.
Yeah, last week I visited a few universities in Berlin.
Yeah.
And when we we talked a lot about, you know, what are the best places in Germany to, let's say, study something related to art and design, what are the best places in Germany to study business, and they all emphasize that Munich is the place to study business because it's all about business. So if you want to do business, if you do want to get really good, you know, business connections, and as you say, have huge networking opportunities. So Munich probably is the best place to do that in Germany. So yeah, they all emphasize the same thing. So it's like a business capital of Germany, and maybe actually one of the business capitals in Europe, indeed.
Actually, yeah. But the nice things also about the EU Business School, but all the studies there are in English. So you don't need to teach like study German or French in case of Switzerland, because this area it's a French speaking, or Spanish. So all the classes are in English. So if, for example, you started your studies in Munich, but after you decide, okay, I need some sun and beach and some fun, so I would like to continue to study in Barcelona. So you can do that. You can go and continue your study in your business school in Barcelona or in Switzerland. So if you ask me about the profile, yeah, for example, it's a boy or girl, like 16 or 17 years old, and they think, for me, it's like Barcelona, it's so nice, it's a lot of fun. So they goes there, here, Barcelona actually. So they come here and they just study here one year, and they change those mind and like, no, I would like something different. I would like, for example, Munich. So, and they just switch to the Munich campus. It's still English classes and everything.
So are your programs a kind of, you know, mirrored, and are they the same on all campuses, or do they differ?
All the programs, well, not all the programs, no, sorry. But some of the programs from this year, they are similar. So we have some programs which are EU Business School with UCAM, for example, programs. They are same in all the campuses. But if you start first year, it's a higher education, just a general higher education in our program. So, and you decided to change the campus, change the program, we can match it. So we can find some solution, we can change the program, we can change the campus, okay? Not all the programs are the same, no. But most of them, they are absolutely similar from this year.
Okay, so just for our public and for those who are going to listen to this session then in recording, EU Business School, you guys provide bachelor programs in various business fields, in a variety of business fields. Then masters, MBAs, you also have preparation programs for bachelors. For instance, one of my students had a business preparation program, and you also have a wonderful summer program for those who are in high school. So 15 plus, yeah, like 15 to 19 years old.
From 16 to 18, yeah, we have a summer school which is based in Barcelona campus, of course. It's just 2 or 3 weeks program, depends of the age. So it's from 16 to 18 or from 18 to 20. So the students that are just studying the first part of the day, they just study business education. And after lunch, they have some excursions or sport programs or visiting to the some companies or some seminars or webinars with our partnerships, so with our partners from all the world. And yeah, so this program is really nice for getting to know the Barcelona campus, our professors, our students. They're everybody from abroad, so we have like more than 100 nationalities in our campuses. So normally the students, they are getting in love with Barcelona campus, and then after they enrolled to our bachelor programs. And of course, who successfully finished those programs, summer school, for example, they're receiving 5% of discount for those bachelor programs. So actually they're recovering the price of the summer school, but it's nice, like taste of the business education and to taste, to try what is campus and everything about business education.
Yeah, just to add, I believe that this is pretty much the only program in Europe. I'm not talking about the United Kingdom, but in the European Union or continental Europe, where you can have this summer business experience for high school students, because the majority of programs, they are a kind of, you know, summer universities. You need to be 18 and you need to be a university student already. So with you guys, it's quite unique because there is an opportunity for those who are in grade 10 or grade 11 or grade 12 or transferring to grade 12 to understand what actually learning business looks like, you know, and to choose the pathway. So that's actually the goal that many of my students have in their minds when they look for summer courses, especially in the summer between grade 11 and grade 12, because in let's say we have a 12-year education.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Yeah, so,
you have experience already. This year we have students from your agency, and I think it was a really nice experience for them, because we were worried about if we can allocate finally offline or it's going to be online this summer, because we was worrying about what's going to be, how it's going to be developed, everything. But the vaccination in Spain, it's like a leadership. The Spain is in the leadership of the vaccination. We have 80% already vaccinated. And so we were able to receive all the students from all the countries for our summer camp, for summer school. So next year, I'm sure what is going to be even bigger. So we will have more students.
Yeah, I really advise everyone to join that summer school because it's really fantastic. I had a student to your summer school a few years ago, and that was my first experience. And she was absolutely excited about how her life changed after that. So that's a huge recommendation to everyone. Probably one of the best investments that you can make, especially if you're aiming at getting your education in business. So maybe overall, let's say you guys communicate with companies and your partners. So maybe there are talks, maybe there's some kind of insiders information of what kind of skills, knowledge, what kind of people are companies looking for in order to recruit them for employment. So has something changed after the pandemic? So are there any tendencies? Maybe there are not, I don't know, but it's just more of a...
That's interesting because just a few days ago I was talking about that with one family, and we was talking about what previously it was like soft skills. There was like high demand, right? But now soft skills, yeah, they are high demand. But I think like hard skills also. If we talk about digital some skills, because I'm just looking at the Spain situation, for example, and just what's happened here with the bank industry, for example, and I see here a lot of offices, they are closed. So the communication is passed just through digital. So and there's like an employment in this industry, but for the digital education and IT developers and everything, it's like now there are huge opportunities. So I think both hard skills and soft skills now are like high demanded, but it's my own opinion, I think. Okay. But still, of course, I think, I don't know, soft skills, they are still very important, like your communication skills and I don't know, yeah, I think so. Yeah, soft skills are still very important, I think, but both are.
Yeah, but I also believe that looking, for instance, through your programs, I can see that quite a lot of modules, quite a lot of subjects related to digital business, IT for business, things like probably not programming, but more like applied IT skills in business. They are integrated into business programs already. So it's a kind of a must that should be there, I believe, for future business related employees.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, I was working for some fairs and a lot of people are looking for IT. Okay. Like if you work for the IT, it's like, okay, you're working for the IT, but there are like a lot of job opportunities behind you. And like, I don't know, business educators, they're always talking about some development on that. Yeah, for sure, you can have a hard skills, but as I said before, your soft skills also and your like leaderships, it's very important now because it's going to be, I think it's going to be quite difficult for the persons without leaderships. So I think business education is given that.
Okay. So I believe also that business education has been changing quite tremendously during the last few years. And I'm also, you know, I talk with a lot of families and have discussions with lots of parents. Most of those parents are business-related people. They have their own businesses or they run companies, they manage companies for someone. Anyway, what they say that IT guys are okay. Like, you know, you need those people who actually do programming, who are behind the scenes, you know, working with software, hardware, etc. But what they are lacking usually, they are lacking those people who can connect the IT worlds and then the real public, you know. Because, you know, they lack people on the border, those who can understand IT, who can manage teams, who can run projects, you know. On the other hand, they should be able to communicate with customers, they should be able to market their products, they should be able to represent their companies, etc., etc. So what I see, for instance, in the programs that EU Business School provides, I see that these, at least, you know, when I look at the program, I see that these things are integrated into the programs. You don't teach, definitely you don't teach programming, but you know, basic understanding of how the IT industry may work. You know, that's very important in the business world nowadays.
Yeah, we are not teaching about IT, of course, but if there are people who just passion for that, so but they would like to develop themselves in this industry, you're welcome. So because the business education is something like bigger than just programming, that, as you said before. Yeah, absolutely true. Yeah, absolutely right. So we are a lot of we are mostly about business and development, even in the IT, but it's not needed like an IT education for us.
Also, I wanted to ask, for instance, that's also one of the questions that I usually get from families and students. For instance, if you come to study to Barcelona, how many students actually, not how many, but what's the percentage of students who actually decide to stay in Spain and to make their first career steps in Spain? So are there opportunities for them to have this career start in Spain after graduation from EU Business School?
Yeah, I would like to say it's about 50% of the students, they are like looking for here the job opportunities and they find something and just keep living here. As me, for example, I just came here for the studies, but after I started to work here, and yeah, I was thinking about to go to United States actually before, but when I got to know what is the Spain and the life here, I said, no, I would like to stay in Barcelona and in Spain. So a lot of people there think the same. And a lot of people think what in Spain, there are like a high number of the employment. That's true, but there's a lot of opportunities for the job. And yes, our students, they're finding a job. If we talk about the numbers, like 93% of our alumni, they're finding a job or they're receiving this job offer during 6 months after their studies. So 93%, it's like it's a high number. It's really high number. And yeah, it's really high number. And they work here because we have like partnership with 500 or more companies on all the world. And so we just giving them those opportunities. We organize some events or job fairs, for example, or we can help to the student to organize some interviews, some company, or develop those LinkedIn or CV. We have I forgot the word. Career services.
Yeah.
It's our department who helps. They help to our students to get a job offer. And it really works. And for us, it's very important, just giving education and also giving them opportunity to work somewhere. But I always, when I have some questions for the parents, actually, they ask me, okay, if my son or my daughter, they're studying in EU Business School after they're going to receive, etc., euros per year, I don't know any university who can guarantee that. Okay, so there is no guarantee for job offer, of course. But I think we provide like 20% of the success to the student, and 80% it actually depends on the own student, of the proactivity, of the motivation, and other skills. And if you are motivated and if you have some nice skills, so you will find a job here in Spain or in Germany easily, or in Switzerland, we will have it.
Also, that's quite interesting, for instance, for me to understand how many of your students or your alumni go into their own businesses. So is there any statistics, or do you
20%.
keep track of 20%? Okay, yeah. So they go into, developing their own businesses and companies.
Yeah, we have like 20% going to own business, and around 90% they are going for the family business, and more or less 50% they are like high administrative positions. Yeah, so it depends on the profile, but yeah, there's some statistics. You can find it in our website, so I just welcome to our website, and there's some statistics.
So, for instance, Germany, Spain, because Spain, the Spanish market, the Barcelona campus, I believe is the most interesting, at least to the public in Latvia. Maybe that's because we lack sunshine. So we want to move somewhere. We really want to move somewhere where we can have some sunshine and good food, and lovely, laughing and smiling people. So, how hard it is, for instance, to learn Spanish, and does your university provide some Spanish classes to its students?
We used to provide those classes, but now in the pandemic situation, we are limited for the class, for the number of the students in the class. We are suspended those classes temporarily. Okay, but yeah, sure. If you are looking forward to stay here and just keep going with your job opportunities here and just still living here in Spain, of course, it will be better for you to have a Spanish language or French in Switzerland or German in Munich, of course. Yeah, we can recommend some Spanish courses, for example, in Barcelona. Yeah. But it's not in our campuses in the moment. We cannot, unfortunately. But yeah, for sure, it will be better for you if you're looking for just stay here.
Do you yourself speak Spanish?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so was it hard to learn it?
No, It's a really easy language. Well, for me it was easier than French, for example, or I don't know, or Catalan actually. Spanish, I just got like 6 months, and I started to study because I studied in Spanish, English, and French in my university. And so to start there, I needed the Spanish, and I just got it in 6 months. It was hard, of course, like 8 hours per day studying. But yeah, I think it's after English. I think it's the easiest language, the Spanish. So
yeah, I can say that one of my former colleagues from a long time ago, she moved to Spain, but to Madrid, for a cultural project. And she fell in love with the country and stayed there. So I was amused at how fast she actually grasped the Spanish language. And now she works for one of the biggest companies actually in the world. I think it's Boston Marketing, BM. So it's one of those big marketing analyst companies, something related to Boston anyway. So she said that it was quite easy for her to grasp the Spanish language and to learn it because she had Latvian, she had Russian, and she had, English. So when you have the background in a few languages, so picking up another language is not a big deal. Usually.
Yeah, I think Russian is very difficult.
Maybe German is a little bit harder. You still need to work on German. I think Spanish you can actually kind of pick up in the street.
No, German is more difficult actually. Yeah, I started to study German and it was like, no. Yeah, but Spanish
you really need to work on
it. Yeah, but even if you live here, so in your practice day by day, so it's much easier then. Yeah. So, and the Spanish is like second language in the world. So if you are studying here on English and it's business English, it's open you a lot of opportunities for the job in all the world. But if you even speak Spanish, it's much more doors open for you, right? So yeah, Spanish is I recommend it, but it's up to the profile. If this student planning to go back for the family business, for example, in Baltics, so maybe Spanish is not needed. But if you're looking forward to live here, yeah, for sure, Spanish will help you a lot.
Okay, so Alexei, we are kind of running up the time.
Yeah.
So just for a closure, maybe there are interesting offers from the EU Business School for the Baltic market at the moment. Maybe there are some scholarships that you would like to announce, or maybe there is something that you just want to wish, the audience and the future students who are thinking about education abroad.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. Yeah, for as a wish, it's just looking for already for the studies where you're going to study, because that's the time to apply already. So you don't need to wait for your diploma, high school diploma. It's already, I have received a lot of applications already for the next year. And as I explained before, our classes are limited, like 15, 20 students per class. So in March, we will start already close some groups. So that's the time to apply. So my wish, it's just already know perfectly where you're going to study, which country, which program, etc. If we talk about scholarships, yeah, we have a scholarship. It's a merit-based scholarship from 5 to 30%. So if you have a nice degrees and you study hard before, we will study your profile and maybe we can offer some scholarship. And yeah, for the Baltics, I have some opportunities now. There's like early bird offer. So if you apply now, during next 2 weeks, if you apply now, you will have, I think, 10% for the October intake discount for the first year. Okay.
That's good news. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We'll try to promote it. Yeah.
So that discount for the students who already knows where they're going and they already decided the university where they're going. So that's why it's called early bird, because if you're applying now, you're like early because it's like next October intake, but you will get 10% discount for the October intake. Okay, so welcome. If you apply, yeah, well, actually it's less than 2 weeks. It's like until finish of the October. So we have 13 days.
Okay, yeah.
1 day less, yeah. But you have this opportunity, so welcome.
Sure. So that's actually good news for me, because I think I kind of,
that's the news for you.
I didn't know why I forgot. Yeah.
You didn't know that.
And I will be able to pass it maybe to some of my students.
Yeah.
So thanks a lot, Alex, for joining us today. And yeah, this session, hopefully I will be able to save it, because that's my first time, and we are going to put it online on our social media platforms for everyone to see. And though not too many people maybe joined us today, hopefully, and I presume that lots of them may want to see that in the recording. Sometimes it's even better. Yeah, so thanks a lot, and it was nice seeing you actually online.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
nice.
we'll meet in person.
Yeah, I hope so. If it's not recorded, we can repeat it. Don't worry. It's always a pleasure for me.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay,
bye-bye.
Thank you, Oksana. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for everyone.
Bye. Так.